The latest One Piece volume changes some details from Jump version. Goonko belongs to the Manmayer family. It also reveals she is called Goonko Goo, Claria Goo, and I don't know what it is. And Shamrock is Saint Shamrock in the introduction box. This, I think, is actually a very important detail, okay? Shamrock announces, I'm sick of all these useless people. I hope we could have settled this one more cleanly. Commander of the Holy Knights, World Noble, Figureland Shamrock, son of Saint Garling, 5 Elders. So in the first iteration of this, we weren't too sure if he was a saint or not, because his title was missing. I assumed he was a saint because he's the son of Figureland Garling, so he should be a saint, right? And in the official version of the chapter, and also in the scan version, they didn't say saint, but now they say Shamrock is called Saint Shamrock, right? Saint Shamrock. And then you have, boom, Holy Knights Gunko, Arrow Woman, Arrow Fruit. There we go. But we don't see it, but apparently she's now a Manmayer family member. This is the theory I had. And I'm gonna see if I can't find it real quick. I talked about how, this was a year ago, when it comes to the Holy Knights, my theory was that each of the Holy Knights were prominent figures of a particular family in the Holy Land. We only got word of the Figureland family and then the Manmayer family. It looks like Goonko is a part of the Manmayer family. So she has, actually, does she show a picture of that too? She does, right? Yeah, this girl right here with the beignet and Goonko. So this one right here could be Goonko's mom. Which brings into question, how the f does Brooke know her? Does Brooke know her, or does Brooke know Goonko? So I think it's another theory that's probably in the books right now for me, personally speaking. All right, it's another W theory. But both, maybe that's possible. Brooke is old, but if we assume that Goonko, because we can, I think, assume in some sense that Goonko could be younger than we thought she was, and then what we're talking about here is this girl right here, and then this is her daughter. Brooke was a part of a battle convoy back in the day, and I think it was like 84 years ago or some shit, that crazy amount of time. I wonder if they also protected celestial dragons at times. I wonder. Let me get to Arda's version real quick. Updated. Goonko and Shamrock titles have been corrected in volume 112 to include their full titles. Saintess Manmayer Gunko, Saint Figureland Shamrock, Knight Commander of the God Knights, World Noble, Figureland Family, Saint Shamrock, son of Saint Garling of the 5 Elders. And then you have Manmayer Family, Saintess Gunko. So now what this also does too is that it makes Loki, so Brooke will get to soon enough, but first of all, let me yap for a second, okay? More yapping. It makes Loki, I think, a lot more unique, because Loki is so far the only person that we have seen who is not born in the Holy Land, not a saint at least, right? Be offered up the position of Holy Knight. Now that we know that Goonko is a member of the Manmayer family, what Goonko has is probably mostly inherited because of her mother or her great-grandmother. Or no, it's not that long ago, right? Yeah, I'm gonna say mother, okay? Maybe great-grandmother, who knows? But it's part of the family lineage. That's how Shamrock is getting his family stuff from Garling. So is Goonko with her, right? So, right, mom, Saintess. But Loki was still offered the position to be Hona anyway. So Loki could be the only person in the story, in history even, to be offered the role of Holy Knight without being born on the Holy Land. But the thing is that it's actually very interesting, because I think that with Goonko, there was an option for her to be a member of like a kingdom somewhere, like of let's say like nobility somewhere. And then she also got recommended to be a Holy Knight, like Loki. But no. So she's part of the Manmayer family. Now, I wonder if the Manmayer family has ties to Nirona, because I wonder if Goonko could get taken over by Emu, did it apply to her mom too, or this other person right here? Maybe. Or is it the case here where every Holy Knight get taken over by Emu. So you have to now think about the implications of what that means. Things have to change and alter, right? Holy Knights are most likely more prominent fighters and figures within certain families in the Holy Land. One. So that theory that I had a while back when, I think is now confirmed in some ways. Or it's more strongly confirmed, this theory I had about the God Knights. Two is that when it comes to the Loki situation, it makes Loki look more unique. And you have to wonder why so damn unique. And it's probably because, I'm guessing right now, because he has that ocular ability, or he has a ancient giant specific trait. That's what I would say. Three is that Brooke, when he was doing battle convoy stuff, maybe he was also defending Holy Knights. I'm afraid this one, I'm afraid this one likely holds an even higher rank, a God's Knight. So in the same way you had Marines defend God Valley while the Celestial Dragons were going on their field trip, their picnic, right? Brooke in his battle convoy days could have maybe also been defending Holy Knights. There's the theory, there's the idea that Loki's origins, or his ancient giant blood, was a combination of his mom and his dad, is tapping into energies that ancient giants had a long time ago. And if there's a possibility that these race of giants, ancient giants, actually come from an underworld, and they have similar origins, let's say, or they have strong ties to an underworld, it could relate to Emu in a very strong way. Emu's here through Goonko, but I have to wonder if Emu specifically wants Loki. Not just Holy Knights, but Emu specifically wants Loki because Emu knows the truth about Loki's powers, where they stem from ancient giant powers that he has, or that it has experienced during the Void Century or pre-Void Century. He's gonna have immortality, so it's cap. True, you know, hey, hold on, whoa. But we don't know if you get immortality or not, per se, because that could be a new feature, right? So for example, maybe Holy Knights back then didn't have more immortality, because Garling still aged. Garling still became an old man. Saturn, he's been, what, 95 years old for 400 plus years, probably, even more than that. But Garling, he aged. So maybe Holy Knights back then didn't have immortality seals, marks, but now they do. Brooke would have to know about Emu. He kind of would, yeah, that's a problem too. Brooke would have to know about Emu's existence. And it'd be like, yo, Brooke, you knew about Emu's, you didn't tell anybody? The resemblance is uncanny, but she's so much. Is this happening at the same time? I'm wondering. Could this be the Manmayer girl we see in the flashback, and then this is her daughter who's already been born? The resemblance is uncanny. Are these happening at the same point in time in the flashback? Or are these different times in the flashback? So is that her when she's older, and then that's her when she's younger? Or is that her mom, and this is her when she's a kid? It gets more interesting, honestly, because it's hard to say. No, it's both her. Maybe. I won't deny that. It's possible. I think we should not exclude the mom being an option here as well. I mean, at least we know that she's a Manmayer family member. So, but the question is then, if that's the case, then where is Brooke right now in this flashback? Is Brooke on the Holy Land? Is Brooke at sea protecting a Celestial Dragon vessel? Would he actually tell a Celestial Dragon? Wait, would they even would the Celestial Dragon bring their kids with them too? Immortality is different from eternal youth in One Piece. Another term for Japanese could be invulnerable / invisible. I don't know if that's the case or not, because I feel like, because you could argue that there's various degrees of immortality factor. Fair enough, fine. But I would say that like they don't have just eternal youth. They can still they can't die. They like the at least as far as you know, the Gorosei cannot die. Maybe Goonko got adopted for some reason, like my main friend. That's possible. I won't deny that. I actually won't deny that at all. That's possible where she got adopted. But I feel like they wouldn't want to do that per se, because it's like, again, like the Celestial Dragons, they view the people in the lower world as less than dirt. They view them as bugs. And unless you're very unique, why would you adopt a bug? So maybe Goonko was unique in that sense. I mean, we'll just say for the time being that it is all her. It's all Goonko. That's Goonko. That's Goonko. Goonko when she's older, and Goonko when she's younger. But I also want to throw in the idea that it could also relate to her mom or a family member, this girl from the Manmayer family. it could relate to her as well. So I'm very interested to see what her deal is, for sure, without a doubt, for sure. It's Brooke P. Pirate. Yeah, it's Brooke P. Pirate too. But Brooke says, "I want to be a pirate." Well, it's my dream to be a pirate. You see, plot twist would be, oh my god, the massive mega giga plot twist would be that they're all the same girl, where Goonko is actually much older and is immoral such eternal youth, but this person and this person, holy shit, that'd be crazy. And this person, they're all the same person, but Goonko's had her memories altered for whatever reason. Why is she also forgetful in the first place? That'd be a I don't know about a clone family, but because the clone thing is pretty like, unique and rare, right? But her memories are altered in the first place. Why? It's only when you have Colin yelling "Dad, Daddy!" It's only when you have "Daddy," and then that triggers a memory to be unlocked, right? So memories altered in the first place. It doesn't, I think, if we assume that she has eternal youth in the same way that the elders do, then you could argue that if her memories altered, then this could be her, literally the same person. She's also Goonko. Memories aren't altered, or memories get altered later on for whatever reason, who knows, but it could be her as well. That's why I say, like, it seems like it's like a minor thing, but it's actually, I think, a lot more intriguing now, for damn sure. A lot more intriguing now. Absolutely, absolutely, without a doubt. Brooke is the dad, bro. If Brooke, if Brooke had a fun night with her, or was actually married to her, that is wild. Damn, son. Sandman explains Goo in Goonko's name in earlier posts about Emu. In Japanese version of the male celestial dragons are called Sei, while the female celestial dragons like Goonko and Charla are called Goo, and Emu is called Sei. So Emu is pretty much confirmed as male. They may say that only because they're trying to trick you, bro. All right, they be tricking you, bro. No. Bro, no. He's just assuming, all right? Because these are celestial dragons. Emu could be beyond celestial dragon, all right? No, is beyond celestial dragon. So I still have my hopes, bro. I'm still hoping. I'm coping, but I'm hoping, okay? But I think it's also important because now, to be fair, obviously, maybe not every Holy Knight is a member of a past family, but I feel like it makes the most sense. If we find out that Vegapunk York became a saint because she's going to assist the Holy Land in various ways, okay, that would change things. But so far, we've never seen anyone from the lower world ever become a saint in the Holy Land. That's never happened. Never happened. Never. And Goonko was an exception, which made things interesting. But now she's not an exception anymore, which in one way makes things less interesting for her. But in another way, part of the Manmayer family makes things, I think, also very interesting. And again, it also makes Brooke's whole thing a lot more fascinating too. Whether or not that's actually her mom or it's actually her, memories got erased somehow, some way. Like you have them like Men in Black click, who knows? But this is very fascinating, without a damn doubt, bro. Oda is setting up Brooke to be more important for future arcs. This arc right here is still an Usopp arc in the future, and that's the facts. I'm gonna put my flag down for Usopp no matter what. However, Brooke is getting a lot more important than I thought he would. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Brooke is getting like a lot more important. Like, wow, Brooke. Like, damn, son. Hey, chat. Go off, man. Y'all trying to doubt the long-nosed king? It's going to be Usopp activity. No doubts. Is Usopp even there still? I'm unsure. Middle fingers. Okay.